What's going on? Did you miss me? Hey, it's Mr. Wonderful. Happy to be back with you in the new form video movie reviews. That's right, bringing the Meatball Movie Podcast to the video. So thank you for, as I throw my hands in your face, thank you for checking out the first video. And today we are reviewing Rampage, the new Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson film that's out. And I got to tell you, this film, there's no blunt way to put it, really isn't that good. Again, with another really bad video game movie, but I mean, it's such a pointless film. There are times in this movie that just long stretches of kind of like, what is going on? But I mean, you kind of expect that though, because this literally is a film. If you don't know what this film is about, Dwayne Johnson plays a primatologist, and basically there's an experiment. The gorilla George, which is his best friend, ends up getting infected by the experiment and everything that goes haywire. I don't want to give away too much of how it all happens because while there's not a lot of plot of this film, I really don't want to ruin the little bit of plot that is in this movie for you. But either way, genetic engineering, all of a sudden George grows, George gets bigger, it happens with a crocodile, that gets bigger, and it happens with a wolf, and that gets bigger, and basically genetic engineering. But this movie is not good because it's really poorly written. And like, I mean, for video game movies, you expect them to be poorly written. I could talk about the previous Tomb Raider movie all day, but this one is so poorly written that the dialogue is just, I mean, it's mind-boggling at times. I was laughing at the dialogue, and not because it was supposed to be funny or because they were trying to be funny, like tongue-in-cheek. Because there are moments where this film is funny because they get what they are and they understand what type of movie they're making. But there are a lot of times where it's funny and they're not trying to be funny. Certain things that Jeffrey Dean Morgan says, it's just like, you're like, wait, what? What? And that's a real big downfall to this film. And you know, again, though, it's a film about a giant gorilla, giant crocodile, giant wolf, and The Rock as Chicago's destroyed. Like, yes, there's not going to be much plot. I understand that. Yes, there's not going to be a lot of dialogue. I understand that. But you're repeating dialogue. You're bashing us over the head with the same things over and over and over again because we know sitting there, like, I know when I'm sitting there that I'm watching a dumb movie, but I don't need you to keep telling me everything as if I'm really stupid. I'm not that stupid, and at times it treats you like you're really dumb, and that bothers me. That bothers me in any movie. That really does bother me in a lot of films. And this film does that. Other things that I didn't really like about this movie, I didn't like the bad guy. It was just there was no redeeming quality, no anything to it. You know, like when you look at a bad guy, usually a bad guy has some form of you can sympathize in some way with them. This was just such a throwaway, generic evil, and just poorly played as well by a great actress. Malene Ackerman plays the bad guy and deserves so much better than what she got and what she did. I mean, she was in Watchmen. She's a great actress, and just that was just not really bad performance, really bad, and I hate saying that, but it was not. It was very cringeworthy. It wasn't that good. And another thing, just kind of sticking with that as well, I didn't like a lot of the characters because this film doesn't spend time developing any characters. I mean, like Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character essentially is just works for the government. You don't know what department of the government he's from, and he just shows up where he needs to show up at the times that it's convenient for the story being told. Like, he's has nothing to do with what's going on, and then he just comes moseying on in, and it's like, I'm here now to give you what you need so that you can now make the next thing happen. It's like, what? Again, that's not on the actors, that's on the script and what was written and what was penned and what was scribed for this film. And again, I get it. It's Rampage. It's not supposed to be Oscar worthy, but could have done a little bit better job than what it did. Now, saying that, there are things that I did like about this movie. I'm not saying this is a total waste of time, because it's not. This is a very quick film. It's only about like an hour and 40 minutes. It moves very fast as well. And to be honest, for as bad as the script was, that took me out of the film at times. I was able to sit back and fully enjoy this film, because this is three monsters and The Rock, and they know what they have, and they know what they're doing, and they know what their goal is to get to. And yes, Act 1 and Act 2 kind of take some time to get you there, but by the time we got to Act 3, I was just sitting back in my chair. I was loving every minute of it. I was enjoying what they were giving me, because it was just a dumb, stupid, fun monster ride. That's what it became. That's what it was building towards. And they got there. They did get there. They did get there for that. I mentioned Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I did love his character as well. But what I loved about his character is that essentially he was just playing Negan. Like, he was, I swear to God, there is essentially, he like walked off the set of The Walking Dead, was flown onto this set, and just never broke character at any point in time. The moment he walks in, he's, what do we got here? I expected him at one point to say, I hope you got your shitting pants on. Like, I expected him to start quoting Negan. One, because the script was so bad, I just expected him to go off on his own and start ad-libbing Walking Dead lines into this thing. But two, because I really just thought I was watching Negan in this movie with The Rock. Like, out of nowhere, it was like, what the hell is going on here? Like, I loved the lack of care that essentially it was the same character, except now he has a gun instead of a baseball bat. Now he's a government agent. Like, I was like, so is this Negan pre The Walking Dead that I'm seeing right now? Like, I mean, that in and of itself was something I did enjoy. And it's going to be dumb. It's going to be dumb. I know I said I didn't like character development in this film, but the only two people that do get character development I loved, and that was the relationship between The Rock, Dwayne, and George. Because they, like, The Rock genuinely puts in a fantastic performance in this film. And I think that's part of why you will enjoy this movie, is because it's The Rock. I mean, I can sit here, I can tell you all the bad things about this film. But at the end of the day, I did enjoy this movie. At the end of the day, The Rock makes movies that, like, he's in there, and you can see that he is trying so hard, and he is putting his heart into it, and he is trying to give you a great experience, and he knows that he's working with something that's not that great. So I give The Rock credit, because I think the relationship he built with the CGI gorilla is some of the best work that he's done. And it's great to see him out there just swinging for the fences constantly, because it's also really funny too, because if you go back, I recently watched the first video game movie he did, Doom, and to see where he's come from as an actor as well, from doing Doom to doing this, I give him a lot of credit, and I think he does a great job in this film. He's really the strongest thing in this film. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is just fun, because if you've watched The Walking Dead, you will laugh at the fact that you are legitimately getting Negan, not any other character. You are getting the character he portrays every Sunday night on AMC. I mean, but again, at the end of the day, this film knows what it is. It knows what it's driving you towards. There's good action along the way. It's rated PG-13, and at times I thought it was a very hard PG-13. The kind of stuff that, like, back in the day, like Indiana Jones Temple of Doom style of like, ooh, you're kind of really pushing the limitations of what your rating is. Uh, and I only thought that because, first screening, there was a couple kids in the theater with me that I knew were there because, this film is geared towards that type of audience. If you're a kid, if you're into mindless monster films and bad scripts and no plot and no drive, this is kind of your film. And at moments with the kids there, I kind of went, oh, that was a little lot. That was a lot for a PG-13. I didn't expect to see that. Oh, and actually, speaking of that, too, if you like seeing bad guys that you truly, truly hate because there's no redeemingness to them, there's no nothing to them, and you just want that character gone from the screen, this does have one of the best kills of a villain ever. That was really cool as well. That's another thing in the light category that I like. But yeah, again, stupid movie, mindless film. If you can get past the fact that there is a very bad script, mediocre acting at times from some really good actors, and a mediocre monster film, then this is kind of up your alley. I give it 2.5 out of 5 meatballs. I would say you don't have to run to the theater to see this. If you wanted to go see it, go see it. There's a good chance you'll like it. There really is a good chance you'll like it. Again, there's a lot of really cool things that this film does. That third act, it's a very fun, sit back, relax, hang out, and enjoy what they're throwing at you. And you'll find things that you do like in the film. But if you're looking for something that has a little bit of substance to it, especially when you see other monster films come out that do such a good job at creating characters and doing these things, if you want a little more substance to it, I would recommend staying away from this one. But again, if you were planning on going to see it or you're already on the way to the theater, you don't need to turn around. Go ahead, see it. But if you were kind of on the fence about it, I would maybe wait till you check it out on video and watch it on your couch in the comforts of your own home on your own viewing screens, and not waste the money at the theater on it. So there you go. That's my review for Rampage. You can subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be doing a lot more reviews because Rampage is kind of the unofficial summer blockbuster kickoff. I mean, there is this little film coming out in 2 weeks. You might have heard of it. Avengers, Infinity War, maybe, possibly. Thinking you might have. But yeah, so this is, I'm back. You can subscribe. You'll get updates on all the videos coming. Obviously, I'll be reviewing Infinity War when that comes out. But you should expect another video to drop possibly tomorrow. Yeah, Friday the 13th. You should expect another video to drop. Going to be checking out Truth or Dare. And I'll let you know whether or not that will be worth it. I'm just thinking I'm mentally preparing myself for that one. So, yeah. But no, thank you guys for checking it out. Share this video with anybody you think that would like it. Subscribe in the section below, obviously, and thanks for tuning in. Talk to you guys on the other side.